Most people use Gemini like a chat tool. Ask a question, get an answer, and move on. But there's a point where you stop just using AI and start designing with it. That shift happens when you combine Gemini, Gem, and NotebookLM together, not as three separate tools, but as three thinking layers working as one system. And when they are connected intentionally, you get more control over your workflow and more reliability in what it produces. In this video, I'm going to show you one master workflow built across all three tools and three different ways you can run it. By the end, you'll have a clear enough picture to start designing your own. Before we get into the workflow, let's quickly look at where the value sits in each tool. So when we combine them, we're doing it intentionally. Gemini is where the reasoning happens. Tasks like brainstorming, generating, exploring, it all happens in the moment. It's flexible, fast, and good at helping you move. But by itself, it doesn't give you a stable system. GM is where that process becomes repeatable. You configure it once, and it shows up the same way every session. It holds the rules, the standards, and the constraints you want to apply. So instead of re-explaining everything every time, that thinking pattern is already built into the workflow. And NotebookLM is where the knowledge sits. It only ever reasons from what you've given it. The context, the research, the notes that matter for the work. That boundary is exactly what makes it reliable. When you put these three together, Gemini gives you execution, Gem gives you consistency, and NotebookLM gives you grounding. That's the system. You could build this around almost any project. Maybe I have a product, and from that same knowledge base, I want to generate marketing ideas or email campaign angles. Or maybe you are building a job search knowledge base, where the same core material can be reused to adjust your CV or draft a recruiter outreach. Or maybe it's a health knowledge base, where your family health history reports can support better health or diet decision over time. The system works the same way regardless of what you are building. What changes is how you set it up. How much control you get from it comes down to two decisions you make when you design it. The first decision is about knowledge. You separate what's stable from what changes. The second is about the gem, what you log in and what you leave open. Gemini is the active layer. Think of it as the tool that feeds the system, not the one that holds it. Each scenario you're about to see uses a different combination of knowledge and thinking layers. The container changes, the gem setup changes, but the logic underneath stays the same. Let's build it. To show you the system in practice, I built a fictional product called a LensBox. It is a local context AI tool, meaning it has access to your file, your documents, your internal knowledge, and your ongoing projects. For a product like LensBox, whether you're in marketing, running a launch, or managing part of this product, the situation is the same. A type of task that shows up again and again, just spaced out over time. And without a system, every one of these tasks starts from scratch. You're re-explaining the product, re-establishing what's true, resetting context every single time. So instead of doing that, we're going to build a system that holds reusable knowledge and processes once and runs any task from it. The general workflow looks like this. First, we stabilize knowledge, then lock in the thinking pattern, then execute the output. First step, we're setting up a knowledge container in NotebookLM. The key question here is, what knowledge stays true across every task we want to run? The simplest way to think of this is, if a document changes frequently, it doesn't belong in a long-term source container. You bring it in when you need it. If it's stable product truths, it lives in the notebook. For a LensBox, let's say I have 7 files to choose from. Here's how I think through them. What goes in is the stable foundation. Files like product internal brief, audience analysis, constraints and boundaries, AI competitive report. These cover what the product is, who it's for, how it sits in the market, and where the trust lines are. They don't change quarter to quarter, so I will put these in the notebook. What stays out is anything time-sensitive or involving, feature to outcome map, product performance report, the use cases and pinpoints sheet. These shift too often to anchor in the notebook, so they come in at a task level when actually needed. That's the filter. Stable choosing, leaving documents out. Once you make that distinction clearly, the notebook becomes something you can actually trust because you know exactly what's inside and why. For now, everything goes into this notebook is product choose. Later, we'll see why some knowledge needs its own separate container entirely. I also have a video on NotebookLM, not just how it works, but how it's actually designed as product. Links in the description. So now we have the knowledge base, everything stable about LensBox lives there. It's a reusable truth container. The next step is building a gem that knows how to work with it. The gem I'm building here is called the Product Messaging Engine. The job is to generate content for different communication purposes using the same product context. Because I want this gem to work across many different tasks, I'm only logging in what stays the same regardless of the output. The thinking lens, the rules, the output structure in the instruction. So the gem will hold the how, the prompt will hold the what. If you want to go deeper on how to design gems, the instruction logic, what to log in, what to leave open, I have a dedicated video on 3 types of gem setups. I also have a video walking through 10 gem ideas you can set up for everyday life. Both are linked in the description. For our gem product messaging engine, here's what goes into the instruction. I lock in the reasoning job. You transform product truths into communication formats. This anchors the gem so it doesn't drift into being a general writing assistant. Then I define how it treats inputs. NotebookLM knowledge comes first. Everything generated has to be grounded in what's there. Then I tell it to not invent features, don't exaggerate claims. If something I ask for contradicts what's in the notebook, flag it, don't work around it. Before generating anything, surface the product truths you are relying on. That one rule makes every output traceable. You can see exactly where each claim comes from. Once the notebook is connected, the gem is ready. I can now run every different tasks from the same setup. Generating positioning angles, adapt the message for a specific audience, turn differentiators into landing page copy, build proof bullets for a market campaign, all from the same notebook with the same reasoning pattern. Let's run the first scenario. It shows the cleanest version. Stable notebook, locked gem, single task. The prompt is about the specific task I'm running here. I want to generate 3 launch angles for LensBox, especially targeting early adopters, knowledge workers who feel buried in context switching and scattered files. And here's what comes back. 3 angles, each one structured exactly as asked. Tension, solution, positioning statement. When we click the source of references, these little link icons next to the content, we will open a source side panel. You can see the gem is referencing from the NotebookLM I connected to. Here's one thing worth mentioning. In the source panel, when you click them, it directs you to the same NotebookLM, but with different overview details each time. It's not a perfect citation system, not line-level traceability. You can't verify which files the output is grounded in. That's just how NotebookLM works. What I just showed is the decision 1 and decision 2 working together in the simplest form. Everything comes from the stable notebook. The gem runs its reasoning pattern, the prompt brings the task. Now, let's run a different task from the same setup. This time I need to build webinar positioning for LensBox, specifically for people in product roles who care about compliance, risk control, and security. We need to build a clear narrative for this audience. Their problem, why LensBox is relevant to them, and the message threads I can build a webinar around. Same knowledge base, same gem, but this time we're adding extra session documents. We made this decision because we think the extra material can help us do the job better. It can add depth in the context. For this task, I'm adding 2 documents directly into the session, the use cases and pinpoint sheet, and the feature to outcome map. The pinpoint sheet tells the gem who this audience really is, what pressure they're under, what risks they care about, and what makes them cautious about AI. The feature to outcome map connects what LensBox actually does to outcomes they would recognize in their day-to-day work. These 2 documents act as an evidence layer. They give the positioning depth, but I don't attach them by default. I only bring them in when they are directly relevant to the task. That's the judgment call, adding context only when it's strengthening the decision. I attached these 2 documents from Google Drive that I think will help with the task. The prompt here is more situational. Here I define the specific audience, compliance-driven professionals in product roles. I define the output shape, problem-driven framing, followed by 2 to 3 key messengers. and I set the boundary. Do not make security claims beyond what the product actually supports. If we look back at the gem's instruction, its job is different. The gem defines how to build positioning. It constrains tone. It defines the structure. It sets the rules for grounded claims. So the gem handles the truth to messaging transformation. So now the system is layered. The gem defines how to think. The documents defines what is true. The prompt defines the decision we are making right now. And the output is the intersection of all three. Now let's look at the answer we got. The model structured the output the way we asked. Core problem, why Landsbox is relevant, then 2 to 3 narrative pillars for the webinar. And here's what I find interesting. In each of the key messages, it includes a proof section. We didn't explicitly ask for proof in the prompt we used. That behavior comes from the gem instruction. In the gem, we told it to identify the relevant product truths. So the gem we built here acts like a safety net. It ensures that messaging is always tied back to the product truth, even if the individual prompt forgets to mention it. That saves a lot of energy. If you'd like to know exactly how these two documents contributed to the answer, we can simply ask Gemini to clarify. It will identify where each document is referenced and explain how they influence the details of the response. So that's our second scenario. We used the same gem and the same notebook and added two documents at the session level, directly in the prompt when we needed them. Now let's look at the last scenario, where we expand the system as the project matures. You will accumulate other kind of knowledge. It could be data or more research about this project. Then what are you going to do with this knowledge? Should you just add these performance files into the same notebook container where your product documents live? I suggest that it's best with separate categories of knowledge and put them in their own container. And this is where notebook separation by purpose becomes important. When you mix everything into one notebook, two things happen. The notebook becomes less reliable for any specific job because the boundaries aren't clear, and maintenance gets harder. Every time you add a file, you're making a judgment call without a clear rule to guide it. When you separate by purpose, each notebook becomes more trusted for its specific job. You always know where a new file belongs, and the notebook stays trustworthy over time. Another important thing to know, NotebookLM is what I'd call a semi-living container. It's persistent, it holds what you put in, and you control what's true inside it. But it doesn't auto-sync, and it doesn't track history on its own. That means file management has to be intentional. You only keep old versions when comparison is the task. If two files contain different revenue numbers, the output can become confusing, not because the AI is wrong, but because the input conflict. And you don't want to end up manually fact-checking something simply because you uploaded contradictory files. Okay, let's go back to our Landsbox project. Now we have Q1 performance data, revenue numbers, retention metrics, churn and usage, the actual results. We already have our first notebook, core project knowledge. This holds the product truths, what we built, why we built it, and the claims we're making. Now I'm creating a second notebook in NotebookLM called Performance Intelligence. This notebook has one clear job. Anytime I need to work with real data, whether I'm briefing a copywriter on proof points, pressure testing a marketing claim, or checking whether the numbers truly support our positioning, this is where I go. In this notebook, I have two Q1 performance reports, version 1 and version 2. I want this to be a standalone chat, so I'm going to run the task directly in Gemini. I'll attach two NotebookLM notebooks here, one product-focused and one performance-focused. This is the prompt, and I will quickly describe the job here. I want to see what changes in revenue, active users, and churn rate, and what that means for product health. So I compare Q1 version 1 and version 2 and generate a clear snapshot. What moved, in which direction, and what it signals. What comes back is not just a summary, it's a matchup, because neither notebook can do this alone. The product brief gives structure, what we claimed and how we framed it. The performance notebook gives proof, what actually happened. Gemini brings them together into an updated narrative. Projected numbers replaced with real ones. The same story now grounded in evidence. What we get here is validation. Once I've reviewed, I run a second prompt to update the product truth directly. Now I have an upgraded product document, same structure, same positioning, but backed by verified results. From there, I can generate outputs for different purposes, a one-side executive summary for the team, or a marketing brief grounded in real data. And of course, I will update the product choose file in the first notebook I created, core project knowledge. Okay, so that's the system that combines NotebookLM, Gem, and Gemini together. NotebookLM is the truth container. The Gem is the thinking container. Gemini is the execution layer. The workflow itself isn't complicated. The real work is in the fine-tuning, designing what stays stable and what needs to stay flexible for your situation. And this is definitely the future of using AI. It is never about the features, it's about how you use a combination of capabilities for the work you want to do. That's the difference between using AI and designing with it.